Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. Just wanted to do a quick video for you this morning on a subject I've been thinking about. I think I've got coronavirus. No, seems to be, I've always got some sort of cold, but only affects me like 5%, bit of a... No, seriously now, had a couple of messages yesterday, text messages to the phone, and just by coincidence, it was, so this is going to be called Don't Worry. I don't know if some people are worrying too much. We don't want people going out throwing injectors at vehicles that don't need it. Now, stick with me because on the same note, we don't want people thinking everything's okay when it's not. So you've got to have the balance. You need to do the maintenance, do the work that needs to be done when it needs doing, but not before. And I've already done another video similar to this, just sort of saying about don't worry, okay? So this one will probably be called, look, just don't worry about it. We'll crack piston and then I'll tell you how not to worry about it, whatever, because worrying's not going to change anything, okay? So do your homework, watch the videos, learn about the system, the injectors. They're awesome vehicles, awesome engines, and you just don't need to worry about it, okay? Now, yesterday I had text messages from, so James has got a 2014 Prado 150 with 60,000 Ks, okay? And he's getting a puff of blue smoke on startup, and possibly injectors or washers need replacing. Well, at 60,000 Ks, it's highly unlikely that those washers, I've never seen anything like it. The only way they'd be leaking if someone's had them out previously and caused problems. So when I say don't worry, worry if your vehicle's been somewhere and you don't know what work's been performed or who by, okay? Not worry, but just sort it out, do something about it. Even if it's take it to someone and get the the injectors refitted, clean, new seats and all that, then you don't have to worry about it. There's no point thinking about it. Just trying to explain that. 60,000 Ks is going to be nothing wrong with the injectors, unless of course at 40,000 they pulled the pipes off and filled it up with dirt, you know what I mean, the contamination thing. Watch the contamination videos. There's a picture up on the wall there, right about the middle of the picture, just up a little bit, on the left of the yellow, dirty pipes and seals, and I don't know how well you can see, but you know, I just wanted to talk to you and I just needed to put something in the picture, and it's a bit of a general thing, so that's a bit of a wall of fame, some blow-by and, and some EJAR mess and that sort of thing anyway. So I just thought it was a coincidence that we had James with the 2014 Prado 150, kind of blowing smoke. He's kind of a little bit worried about it, okay, by the sounds of it. You know, it's all by text messages yesterday. I think we may have spoken before, but it was text messages yesterday. Same as Tim. We had Tim yesterday, sent me some photos. He's got a 2015 3 litre with 60,000 K, and he's in Sydney. I think they're both around Sydney actually. I just thought this is really weird. Both around Sydney, both 60K. One's a 14, one's a 15. So I'm going to get to give you a bit more info about that, but I'll just let you know what his concerns were. So he also, I think they were both talking about tappets. Well, he called it tappets. What did the other? Let me just have a look at the other one. The other message. No, he was talking about injector washers. Okay, so Tim calls it tappets. So I just want to say, it's just checking the valve clearances and replacing the lifters. Lifters, we call them, just to try and use the right term. Tappets is a bit of an old term. It's a bit different, but I get what you mean. It's all good. Okay, so Tim's had the injectors out, cleaned the ports and whatever, done the seats and all that sort of thing. It's a 2015, so the injectors are going to be awesome. Latest pistons and all that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the older pistons, but they just kept making them better. And we've seen the latest ones crack as well, okay, with chips and stuff. We've seen that with our own eyes. We've got an engine here in the workshop. So even with the latest piston, and I've mentioned that in other videos, so all this information's already out there, but I'm just trying to help you for the people that are newer to the channel. I'm trying to tell you, please go back. You've missed a lot. Work your way slowly backwards through the videos. Okay, so this one is he's a bit concerned about rattles. He's going to put a video up on one of our Facebook groups. I asked him to because he suggested sending it to me. I said, look, it's really hard to hear anything on the phone, at least if it's on the Facebook group or something like that. We've got a better chance of listening on another device. A bigger picture, funnily enough, might help things, but it's really hard to tell what's normal noises and not in a video, okay? If I've got the vehicle in front of me, it's hard enough, but I'll give you a pretty good idea. But my feeling with these messages I've got here is people worrying a lot, okay? And if you're on our Facebook pages, right, if you're on our Facebook pages, and they're sort of over there in the middle of the picture, you should have seen it in other videos. I put up a post a couple of days ago of someone, and I get this all the time. This is like an every other day thing. It's not once, where people have replaced their injectors and they go, wow, you know, those injectors, you don't know how bad they are till you put new ones in. And that's what I say, yes, they get bad slowly, you don't notice it, but quite often when you put new ones in, you go, wow, and that's where you notice how much better it is. So it's a bit like suspension, wear and tear, it wears away slowly, you don't notice it, you put the new ones in and you go, wow, for all those people running around with 150, 200, 250, 300,000 Ks on original suspension, well overdue. That's what I mean. So this is not any particular subject, it's more of a don't worry video. But on the same note, we don't want people with older vehicles, higher Ks, not worrying, because that's going to end in tears. So I'm just going to quickly say it again. 05, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, the older system injectors, 100% every single one of them should be replaced. They're not working right if they haven't been replaced. So don't worry, get them done, get it sorted. You know you can contact me for a kit to make sure you get the right parts. We've got the videos on how to do it if you're going to do it yourself. And we can recommend other workshops in most places that can get the job done right the first time. It's one of those jobs, it's a specialist area, and it's got to be right for the next 5 to 10 years. You want to make sure you get it done right. Now, for the, where they change, like the 150 Prados and the Hilux, the same vintage, late 09, 10s and 11s, it's my opinion they should all be done as well. Because, I say, as a general guide, I say 7 years, 170. And there is some variables to that, what vintage vehicle, whether it's DLC. And if it's 7 years, well, if it's nowhere near 170, maybe if it's DLC and we might let it go to 10 years if it's only done 100,000 Ks. It all depends. That's where we need more info. Is it blowing smoke? Is it noisy? Let's maybe have a look at the diagnostic. There's a few factors you take into account. So the 7 year 170, whichever comes first, it's a general guide to give you a guide the best as I can generally, if you know what I mean. So, look, don't worry. We don't want people with 60,000 Ks, 40,000 Ks, 80,000 Ks with cars that are only 5 years old worrying about it. But we also don't want to dismiss it that there's not a problem, because if the injectors have been out at 40,000 for that valve clearance check, which I'll tell you, it's part of the book, that's what's meant to be done. But as I said before, in my opinion, it shouldn't be done. The risk of contamination is way too high, and the valve clearances are going to be fine at 40,000, okay? Unless you've got a catch can taking all that oil out and then all the dry soot's going through. We've seen it where that can cause some issues where, the valve clearances are a bit lower than usual, but small numbers, so it could be a coincidence. So let's just write that off anyway, okay? You can take it with a grain of salt if you like, whichever one. I'm not fussed. But look, 9, 10s and 11s and probably 12s, it's probably a good idea to replace them regardless of kilometres, because they're probably not DLC, okay? Most of them certainly not. Some 12s, late 12s are going to have DLC. As I've explained in other videos, the manufacture of the injectors and when they got into the engines is later, and then it varies, so it varies. So look, 2013 onwards, you're pretty safe to say full DLC. So if you've got a 2013 onwards, okay, so let's say 13s, 14s and 15s, they did these in Australia, okay? They're DLC. If nobody's touched it, the injectors haven't been out, to do, I'll just finish on that valve clearance check actually. So the valve clearances, we see them, they're generally fine, okay? For 120, 160, 200, even over 200 when we check them, they're fine, okay? So generally they don't go out. I'll say generally because there's always less than 1% where there's one that's a little bit out, but then we've got the fact that they can be a little bit out and it's a non-issue also, okay? That's where I'm really 99.9%. Don't touch your valve clearances, even to check it. Don't open that fuel system. Wait till you need to change those seats or change those injectors. Those two jobs go hand in hand, and that's when you check your valve clearances, and they'll be fine anyway. If they're not, you can go ahead and adjust them, but make sure you triple check before you do. Now, so 2013, 14 and 15s, don't worry. Now, general guideline, this is not don't worry. If you see it blowing smoke, different story. If you hear it making really weird combustion noises, now when we talk about injector noise, it's not the injectors making noise. Injectors aren't making noise. It's the injector not working right, wrong combustion, causing, it's incorrect combustion. So the engine is making knocking, all sorts of weird, we'll call it pinging noises, I don't know where the pinging came from. It's been around forever, pinging, it's pinging, I suppose it's a bit of a rap, ping, 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 it's kind of not really pinging, but they call it pinging, right? So there's some normal combustion noises that you got to not worry about, and this is the problem you got, I suppose. You don't know exactly what it's meant to sound like when it's normal, And of course, you know, and the other way as well. So you know your car though, so that's a positive. I don't know your car. I know lots of different engines and what's kind of normal and what's not, but you kind of know what's normal for your car. So if you've noticed it's got noisier, and you know, I suppose more so if it's been worked on, 40, 80,000, 120k services where they've just bent the fuel pipes and the dirt falls in the injectors, they take the cover off and damage that, crack that, wreck the seals, over tighten it and all that, oil leaks later. And they check the valve clearances around the workaround because they don't take the injectors out because that saves time. And of course then your seats don't get changed and whatever, but it doesn't save any risk of contamination. It's already too late because they've bent the fuel pipes. Instead of cleaning, carefully removing, which I've said before in other videos, it's still very risky. Anyway guys, I wanted to keep this one short. We've only gone for about 10, 11 minutes anyway. The idea is, don't panic, don't worry. And there's no point worrying about these. Look, Toyotas make us look good, okay? That's the next video. Toyotas make us look good. They're awesome vehicles, okay? They're awesome vehicles, awesome engines. The whole systems are awesome. We just tell you about the few things that they need periodically over time as they get much higher in Ks, really. We're talking about vehicles that have done nearly 2, nearly 3, 400,000 Ks, and they need minimal work, really, to be honest. So the point is, I'd much rather sell you, I don't really push anything. I've got a few things available here for you, and I'd rather sell you a suspension kit if you need that. I don't want to sell you a set of injectors if you don't need them, and I don't want you to be worrying about it either. So just because you watch the videos, I don't want you to be worrying and thinking everybody's got to replace your injectors. As I'll say it again, if you've got a 120 Prado, you should probably be worrying if you haven't changed your injectors and you think everything's okay because the readings are okay. The readings aren't okay, okay? Guarantee you. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, turn notifications on. My customer has arrived. You can hear that Prado rocking up, and we'll get on with that. And bada bing, bada boom. Thanks for watching. See ya. And I just want to try and show you that oil, right? Okay, so don't worry. Why can you see through the oil like that? Now, just be careful with your comparison. It was warm, not super hot, okay? It was warm, not super hot, and it sort of fans out a little bit wide. Of course the oil is going to be black, and when you look in the drain tray it's going to be black and all that sort of thing. But I just wanted to show you, nice and clean with that solution. Now, don't worry, this vehicle, 2012, so it's 8 years old, it's got original injectors, okay, 130,000 Ks, right? And they've got plenty more to go. However, yes, they are due by the 7 years and the kilometres. But we know the injectors haven't been touched, so we're quite confident with the seats. After this oil finishes draining, you know we're going to get the light and we're going to just shine it up and have a look in there. We're not going to get oil on our phone or camera. You can't see at the moment because we're not doing it, we're just showing. That's what we're going to do. Peace of mind, your free insurance, that's your free check. Okay, but there's no point worrying. You just change your oil. Best thing you can do is every 5,000. Not the filter. You can change your filter if you like and think, oh, you got to get the filter's not going to become blocked, even in 20,000 Ks. So changing it at 5 is a waste of money. It's a waste of environment, a waste of time. It's not going to stop filtering, and there's more oil in the engine than what's in the filter. So there's just no need to do it. But each to their own. Don't worry. Okay, this vehicle, it is time to change the injectors soon. They're 8 years old. We're going to have a look at the diagnostic. We're going to listen to it. We're going to have a look at the diesel smoke, you know, see if it blows smoke sort of thing, and judge it from there, okay? But it is definitely time soon. But here it is, you know, it hasn't got a cracked piston. There's many of them, the majority don't have the problem, okay? So don't worry about too much of what you read and see. It does happen with small diesel engines, all these engines that are very small in the big trucks. It happens, but it's very rare, probably more common in other brands. But anyway, this is what we talk about, this is what we work on. But because of that, perhaps you're worrying. Please don't worry. Thanks for watching. See ya.